Hi and welcome back everyone. Now I'm going to just copy and paste this chart 3 more times, and we're going to have 4 charts in our main pane here. So if we just Control and C and V it, let's just ensure they fit. Yep, mine fits beside each other, so it will copy the shadow and everything, so we won't need to change the formatting. I'll just do this 2 more times. Let's just line them up where the red lines match together. Yep. So now it's all symmetrical, and we can just change our chart types. So if we click into our top right one, we'll do it first. I want this to be a scatter plot, which shows cost of sale by the metric that we select. Now if we ensure we click into it, you can see here there's a scatter chart option under the visualizations pane. Let's just click this, and we'll move the selected metric to the y-axis, and we'll bring our cost of sale to the x-axis. So we can just drag it in, and then we just need to delete product line in the values, and we'll actually bring in the order number instead into the values. And what this is just showing, it's showing the cost of sale for each order and either the sales or the net profit value of each order, and it will help us identify any order numbers which had a high cost of sale and a lower sales value. Now let's just click in and display our x-axis, our y-axis as well, by just turning it on. Okay, and then we can see each order number and the cost of sale, and this will be the sales value. It would be more relevant for the net profit. So if we change our metric to net profit, you can see a couple of orders here which may have deviated out of the trend, and this one, for example, would have a higher sales value and a lower cost of sales, so this would be a good thing. But any order number below the trend line would be a higher cost of sale and a lower sales, a net profit I should say. So these orders wouldn't be good and may identify an issue because they have a higher cost of sale. So what I want to show on the bottom right then is our customer country, our metric by customer countries. If we just change this chart type, you can view it as a map if you like, or we could also show it as a stacked column chart, and then instead of product line we could bring in customer country instead, where it'll show the highest either sales or net profit countries on the left hand side. And so it's easier to identify the countries here which have high sales, but a map can always identify this as well. You can just click map at the bottom here. It's in the middle of our visualizations, and the bigger bubbles will have higher sales value, and you can zoom in and out of them as well. And as you know from our previous dashboard, we can change this to be a dark themed map as well. But I'm going to show it as a column chart. It's really a personal preference. I'll just remove that. You need to actually click into it to make sure we change it. But yeah, I want to keep it like this. I'm just going to add a y-axis here as well, just to show what either the net profit or the sales value is for each country. You could add data labels instead if you prefer, but I'm happy just to show the y-axis. And then for our final visualization, I want to show this as a donut chart. So you can see here on the third row, there's an option to show it as a donut chart. And we're going to display the actual offices that were sold, so not the grouped office. Now we can remove product line then, and we'll bring in not our office grouped, but our office country into our legend. And then we're only going to have the 5. And you don't have to show the legend title if you don't want, but let's just reformat the colors here to match our theme. So under format your visual, yeah, for legend I'm going to remove the title first, and then under slices we can select a color for each country. And what I would usually do is just start from the top, and we can pick our darkest color and then work our way down. So under more options, so we'll change France, we'll keep it at the darkest color, but then whenever you go into more options, we can just start to make them lighter. So you can see where the button is here. Let's just start moving it up a little bit. And then we'll change UK to our recent colors. It will show the same as France, but whenever you click more colors, we can then move it up from there. Australia will do the same thing. And then finally Japan. Okay, and then we're keeping within our color theme of the dashboard. So the final thing I'll do for this chart then is also just add in our data labels. We'll just change the colors. So we have detailed labels here, and under values we can just change the color to be our white 10% darker color. Yeah, and then I think it's easier to read them. I've also noticed an issue with our country chart where it's actually not, oh, I just Control and Z that. I accidentally moved it. We need to drag over to see all the countries, and this is just because I added in the Y axis label. So we can remove that if that's an issue. Maybe it's easier just to view all countries in the one chart. And it's really just about showing which countries have the most sales anyway. So for now we'll leave it at that, and in the next video we'll add conditional titles to each of these charts. So I'll see you in the next video.